Alright, check this out. Here we have a 15-inch HP OMEN with a 6-core i7, the RTX 2070 Super Max-Q, and an OLED Ultra HD display. We'll feature Full HD performance because this panel is rare in this laptop, and high refresh rate Full HD performance will better reflect performance expectations to the majority. Today's video features Far Cry 5 at my typical settings shown here, but we're going to compare this spec against something much more powerful. We'll compare GPU utilization and frame rates in a static test environment against a 5800H and a 125-watt RTX 3070 laptop. Now, if I can direct your attention first to the frame rate performance between these two, despite the 5800H and 125-watt 3070 obviously being the superior hardware, this particular reality reveals different results. What's happening here is a CPU bottleneck on both systems. This is verified by the low GPU usage. Ideally, you want to see 97% or higher to ensure you are getting maximum performance from your graphics card. If you compare these two graphics cards in Firestrike and TimeSpy, it's clear as day that the 125-watt 3070 pounds this 80-watt 2070 Super into the mud. What needs to be clearer is why you should not base your performance expectations off of these benchmarks. Now, we are already limited due to Far Cry 5 only using 4 CPU cores, and the NVIDIA GPU on both systems is too much for either of these CPUs for maximum graphics card performance, especially at Full HD resolution. Since the 2070 Super at 80 watts is technically the slower GPU compared to the 125-watt 3070, it'll get closer to maximum utilization. Because of this, it would appear that the 80-watt 2070 Super is basically as good as a 125-watt 3070 in this test. Now, while we all know this isn't technically true, this test paints a different picture. It's important to understand how your hardware works, and tests like this will help answer why you may find other testers showcase similar performance numbers between graphics cards like these. This is ultimately due to the CPU instructions per cycle, or IPC, weakness. If our CPU was twice as powerful, the RTX 3070 in this test would be well over 150 FPS, and the 2070 Super would be closer to 130. Far Cry 5 may not be the ideal test from a CPU core optimization standpoint, but this is a gorgeous game, people play it, and the results shown here are nothing more than optimizing your knowledge.